start. I know Bobby Jo was running late. She had a problem at her garage. And she'll be showing up a little bit later. We'll then have to stop and do the flash drive and put it in to get it working too. This program is going to be based on defensive techniques for intersections. We're going to talk about that. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about you're not allowed to smoke in campus. The exits, you see the emergency exits. If there's a problem, we need to go out. If you need an AED, the equipment is actually by the office, main office on the outside, and over by the kitchen. I guess the high school kitchen, they told me. Restaurants. Restrooms are actually, when you first come into the main lobby, the high school is right there. And cell phones, I know we all have busy lives. If we can just put them on vibrate, or so I don't have to hear them. If you need to take them, you can please walk out and use them. Okay. I became a monitor first. The reason I joined Weebatuck is because my son Harrison was in kindergarten and they lost him 3 times. They misplaced him, they didn't lose him, they misplaced him. Gave him to another parent who actually took him to a different town. So I decided not to get that one driver twice. I became a member of the team. So I became a team member. I became a monitor first, and then I worked on getting my driver's license, and then I became a driver. I was that for about 15 years. I got a little tired of, I just felt like I was doing everything. Everything was the same old, same old. So I decided that I was gonna go and try Arlington. I liked it. When COVID hit, I didn't like it. And I really missed being in my area. I missed my own, I thought like the one red light in Amenia was annoying. Well, you ever been in Pleasant Valley? Let me tell you how annoying it is down there driving. So that was a problem. So now I'm trying to get certified. Well, I got certified last year as a 19A. So I can take care of all your paperwork when you have to get it. Make sure you go to the doctors. I have to make sure your paperwork and your files are correct. And now I'm working on the SBDI, which is school bus driver instructor. And this is to teach you the classes, to do everything that we have to do in the beginning of the school year. At least twice a year we're supposed to have refreshers. At least once a month we're supposed to have something to remind us or jog our memories of what we're supposed to be doing on your basic stuff. So I'll be working on that next year. Yes, you can all get mad. This is something that you guys are professional bus drivers, and this is important to everyone to learn. You need to know the ins and outs of what it is. If there's an issue, does anybody know who to call? Do you know who to call? If you have an accident, do you know who to call? Is there protocols and stuff? So we're going to be working on that too, and next year that should all be handled the right way, and everybody should have it in their folder, in their bus all the time, that information. I have 3 sons that I'm really proud of, 2 grand pups, 2 grand cats. I do a lot with them. I also love buses, and I love the poop emoji, if you all didn't know that by now. That's my favorite thing. Halloween is my, if Halloween could be all year long, that would be what I want to do. And just so everybody knows, when I go and decide we're going to go on vacation, and I see other buses, I'll sit there, and I'll be with whoever I'm with, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! Do you see that? It's just the bus. And they look at me and go, really? Are you really doing that? Yes, I'm really doing that. I'm really doing that. So yes, I'm from a line of bus drivers. My grandmother and grandfather on my mother's side were both bus drivers, and my father was too. They all worked for Hay Park. The woman that's going to be joining us very shortly, she is on Route 22 as we speak. Her name is Bobby Jo Mateo. She's from Taconic Hills. So I'll actually give her a little introduction when she comes. I'm sorry I can't get this working right at the moment, but as she comes, we'll actually get the flash drive in. If everybody wants to look, I have these on the table, and you guys can share them. Unless you all want your own. I didn't do a lot of copies. So, do we need more? I figure if we have like, I didn't know how many people were going to show up, so I didn't want to make a whole lot of copies. pictures really tell a lot when I have it on the TV. So we don't have that right now. So if you want to turn to your first page, look at your first page. It tells you what we're going to be talking about. It tells you about all the training objectives you have to do, the defensive driving techniques. This is something that you guys, it's really important to understand what's going on. And all the drivers on 22 and all the new people coming from different worlds and living here, traffic is getting a little congested. And it's just, I want everybody just to, it's not a rushing game. You know, take your time. You get paid as long as you're on that bus working. Doesn't matter how far or how much you have to do. The first slide was supposed to show us an accident, but I can't even do that one with you. So let's turn the page. So when you turn, when you go to approach the intersection, and you have to look for different things. Okay, so we'll be learning more about what different kind of lights in a minute. But you know, it's observation. You have to look at everything when you're in a car. You have to just pay attention and just see everything that's out there. Before you even start your bus, you always have to make sure that you check your mirrors. Your mirrors should be checked every time you're in that bus to make sure those mirrors are looking everywhere they have to be, so your blind spots are not there, so you actually can see. If you guys need chairs, we have them over here, you just have to bring them to a table. I'm sorry. So, to use defensive driving observation skills, we have to identify anything that's in the way. So then you're checking traffic when you go, to be sure following the yield of right away. Always cover the brake. Why do we cover the brake? If you're going down and you're whatever, and then you just want to let go for a little bit, why do you also have that foot there by the brake? In case somebody pulls out in front of you? In case you have to stop. Monitors and drivers are supposed to work as a team. We're not supposed to talk to each other, we're supposed to pay attention to everything. Monitors have a really special, important job on that bus to help the driver to make sure the students behave themselves. There are some that have to have monitors. But also, when you're sitting and you're looking at the windows too, you have to, if you see something the driver doesn't, you need to tell them. So there's not an accident. That's the main thing too. We're a team, so we have to work as a team. Be aware of anything, something that the students have brought with them if they have behavior issues. That's when you really, it's nice to have a monitor. Monitors don't have to sit in their seats, they're allowed to move back and forth. Anybody who's had me on their bus knows I do not sit in a seat. I'm constantly with whoever needs to behave. So, a professional school bus driver and monitors are heard many times how dangerous an overhead mirror is while driving. We shouldn't be using those overhead mirrors as much as we do, but we do, and it happens. Similar task to loading and unloading, that's a very dangerous spot too, especially if you have kids talking to you. I'm sure you all saw that one driver who took off, not paying attention to the student behind her as little girl's getting off, driving her down the road. That just happened recently. And actually, I believe it's on our drive when it gets here. This awareness will prevent becoming annoying when assisting in observation, student behavior, and other safety issues. So, every one of us is a professional school bus driver. Monitors, you're a professional too. So we need to hear, if you hear anything, see anything, you guys need to talk to each other at the same time. You also have to make sure if the kids on the bus are actually doing anything, you need to let the driver know too. If the kids are getting out of hand, please pull over. Make sure that you can control your bus. When the kids' behaviors are too bad and too rowdy. Yes, John?
Sorry to interrupt you. Where do I get another one of those that you have in your hand? You got it.
Thank you.
Yes,
You know what's going on as we speak?
do I know what's going on? What's going
Down
on?
in Texas?
Oh, Texas, no, I don't.
Guy went to an elementary school, several students were shot, multiple fatalities, several of them are in the hospital.
Oh my God,
14
Baldwin,
dead,
Texas.
14 students dead and 1 teacher dead.
wow. I just don't understand what's going on.
This morning, Texas.
So it's almost to the
The
point.
border patrol was chasing an illegal alien, that should tell you anything.
Wow. It's almost to the point that whatever you see, you need to say something to protect. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna turn, I find this kind of hard to talk because I don't have the,
She just
you
pulled
know,
in.
the pictures. She just pulled in.
I can't read, I need pictures.
Thanks, Dave. So we'll wait for her to come and we'll just like really go fast on it. And then we'll get to traffic lights, and they're called Kirky lights. So, in Japanese, if you look here, Japanese, they have a blue instead of a red. I just thought it was neat. And I bought this to go with us too.
That's cute.
I was having fun with it. Not that I remember how it works. There we go. So actually, when they tell you when it's red, you're supposed to stop, right? When it's yellow, you're supposed to stop also. And if it's been green a long time, they tell you don't rush through it.
What's your intersection?
If you're already in the intersection,
You're
you
in
have
the-
to go all the way through it because you can't stop that, you can't slam your brakes.
You got
And
a
you'll be in the
fire
way.
truck- And you got a fire truck coming, right, Tina? You got a fire truck coming up through and you're in the intersection, the fire truck's in the way, and I'm in his way, who's got the right of way?
He's supposed to, but he's really supposed to be careful because you're full of kids and he's supposed to pay attention to that
I
too.
can't back up, I got cars
Nope.
behind me,
I know.
and they're going like that, and I'm going like that.
I know.
That happened just last week.
It well, one of the slides we're gonna be is about a fire truck and a school bus.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's here now. Okay, we're gonna take a break. You guys wanna shut down for a minute?